Hey guys, Josh here, and today I want to talk about the recent combat update. So if we go into this new combat settings tab, you'll see that there are three main updates they did. They firstly released Revolution, which is in the combat beta. It was in there for like a few weeks, and basically this automatically uses basic abilities on your bar. So really it's quite useful. You still have to trigger thresholds and ultimates manually, but it takes a lot of the spam and sort of concentration out of combat, which is definitely nice. There's momentum, which obviously momentum was already in the game, but this is, I think they call it momentum plus, and it just means that you can use combat without any abilities. So there's not really much use to it. It now builds adrenaline, and you can use ultimate. So I guess you like stuff like Berserk will boost DPS a bit, but I think I said this before, but momentum's only useful for set effects, and stuff like the Barrows and Barrage effects are completely useless anyway, so there's not really much use for momentum. The final thing is ability queuing, and so basically you can press an ability, and so as soon as the ability is off cooldown it will use it automatically. So again, it's just all about reducing the spam that the evolution of combat brings. So as we can see here, just momentum is now active, Revolution is now active, as you can see by this yellow bar around the first 9 slots on my action bar, and so it is just automatically cycling through my basic, and it does it by just choosing the first one that's not on cooldown. So it does kind of reduce any strategy from the EOC, not that there really is much, but I guess this is just for Slayer really. So I mean, in Slayer there is next to no strategy involved in terms of like when to use what abilities. So I tried this Revolution at Nex, and you can do it. Like I didn't manage to get a kill, but I've seen Stefan manage to do some solo Nex kills. It doesn't really work. I mean, one thing I would like about this is I'm not sure if it's sort of like a technical difficulty kind of thing, or if they just think it be a bit overpowered, but if you right click on this cog you can change the combat style, but you can't change during combat. So for something like Nex, Revolution is perfect for the Smoke, Shadow and Zaros phase, but for Blood and Ice I kind of want to use like abilities in a certain order, which Revolution doesn't really allow you to do, because like for Blood it works, but then when you want to escape it might use an ability and then you can't escape from the sacrifice. So stuff like that, if you could change it sort of while in combat, then that would be really quite awesome. But I don't really know if they kind of did that on purpose, or if they could actually change that, so you could change attack styles in combat. But that would be quite cool to see. And you can sort of select a load of options from here now as well. If we go to an empty action bar, here we go. So just get out of combat quickly. I can now set up an action bar, and it overwrites it, and it sets up like what Jagex thinks is a pretty good action bar for whatever combat style you're using. So obviously this isn't the perfect one. Like they've chose Metamorphosis over Sunshine, and they've even got Omnipower on here, but it's fairly good. You obviously kind of like, if you are new to attack style, you kind of want to just use the bars they suggest and edit it a bit until you get like the best DPS, whatever you prefer really. But yeah, so that's basically all. I guess I can quickly show ability queuing as well. So like actually all these abilities go too quickly, but like you can kind of see it's got the circle around it, and so here we go. So it's got the circle around it. Whenever it's off cooldown it will then be used straight away, as you can see there. So it just means like I can sort of queue up abilities, and it just takes out any spam really from using abilities. Now the last thing about the combat update was actually they've now taken out the cooldown while switching weapons. So as you can see here, like I switched and can use abilities straight away. If I do that a bit faster, there we go, switch, use ability straight away there. So they've taken that out now, which is really nice, and that's going to help for stuff like shielding, just quickly pop up resonance, get the heal, and then go straight back to DPSing, all while using abilities. So that definitely helps. It just makes it more fluent during combat, and just I guess brings a bit more strategy, like doing quick heals, that kind of thing, swapping attack styles. It's definitely really helpful. But that is pretty much all they've done with the combat so far. I know, like, as they progress through the beta, they will introduce some of those features in game, but we're not going to see stuff like specs for a long time, just because they haven't even introduced all the old specs, I don't think, yet, and they are working on new ones. So I'm guessing when they're all sort of perfected, and everyone's happy with the specs, then they'll release them in game. But that is pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you later.